So the only real passage that I can think of is their favorite passage, which is number 5.
Numbers chapter 5 verse
So
11 to
we're
21.
going to, yep, we're going to look at that, and
All right,
we're
start
going
from
to
verse 11.
use a more accurate translation, the ESV, because people love to go
Numbers
to the NIV.
of Nephah, 15, not verse 4 taken. On the 30, 12,
We're going to go here.
11.
We're starting at verse
Grade
11.
35. Heading 11, and the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, 12, speak to the people of Israel. If any man's wife goes astray and breaks faith with him. 13, if a man lies with her sexually and it is hidden from the eyes of her husband, and she is undetected, though she has defiled herself, and there is no witness against her, since she was not taken in the act. 14, and if the spirit of jealousy comes over him and he is jealous of his wife who has defiled herself, or if the spirit of jealousy comes over him and he is jealous of his wife, though she has not defiled herself. 15, then the man shall bring his wife to the priest and bring the offering required of her, a tenth of an ephah. Rinsea of barley flour, he shall pour no oil on it and put no frankincense on it, for it is a grain offering of jealousy, a grain offering of remembrance, bringing iniquity to remembrance. 16, and the priest shall bring her near and set her before the Lord. 17, and the priest shall take holy water in an earthenware vessel and take some of the dust that is on the floor of the tabernacle and put it into the water. 18, and the priest shall set the woman before the Lord and unbind the hair of the woman's head and place in her hands the grain offering of remembrance, which is the grain offering of jealousy, and in his
Now,
hands
it's
the priest
very
shall have the
important
water
to
of bitterness.
understand.
So, okay.
It's very important to
This is the
understand the
passage
context here.
these people go to.
So it's very important to understand the context here. The context is that this person, she is going to give an offering of adultery, which means that the husband has accused her of being a of taking D from another guy.
Yeah.
You couldn't have just said cheating?
No, because everyone cheats. I cheat in Uno.
What? I'm not talking about.
Anyway.
Okay, so the people.
So it's important to understand the
part
context.
that-
So the context
Go
is
ahead.
that no, because that's very important to make this because this argument fails before we even get to the verse, which is verse 22. So the argument is that this is talking about abortion, and that if the person is adulterous, then she will abort the child. But the thing is that how would that make sense? How would it be a punishment for adultery, for her being an adulterous woman, if the baby was killed? That would make no sense. Why would how would that
That's
prove
not
she's
really
adulterous or not?
punishing her.
That's not punishing her, right? What that would probably be good for her, right? So.
And I was gonna say the part that people say is the abortion part is when she has to drink the concoction. Say,
Yeah. So very important to understand the context here. So the husband
Forming
is
the abortion.
adultery, and she's about to undergo the punishment, or she's about to undergo the offering. And if she's committed adultery, God is going to punish her. And if she hasn't, then God is going to bless her. And now, as we read this passage, two things I want you to consider. What the verse 22 says that the body parts will do, and what the blessing is if she is faithful, that God says that the verse says he will give to the woman. As we read on, I want you to pay attention to those two things. Okay,
Keep going.
19, then the priest shall make her take an oath, saying, if no man is lain with you, and if you have not turned aside to uncleanness while you were under your husband's authority, be free from this water of bitterness that brings the curse. 20, but if you have gone astray, though you are under your husband's authority, and if you have defiled yourself, and some man other than your husband has lain with you. 21, then let the priest make the woman take the oath of the curse, and say to the woman, the Lord make you a curse and an oath among your people, when the Lord makes your thigh fall away and your body swell. May 22nd, this water that brings the curse pass into your bowels and make your womb swell and your thigh fall away, and the woman shall say, Amen, Amen. 23, then the priest shall write these curses in a book and wash them off into the water of bitterness. 24, and he shall make the woman drink the water of bitterness that brings the curse, and the water that brings the curse shall enter into her and cause bitter pain.
That is what people say the abortion is. Which says nothing about that.
Now they take that from the NIV,
25.
which misquotes.
Yeah, because it says it mistranslates a word and puts a miscarry. But and so that's their favorite translation to go to, because that makes it sound like it's a abortion, right? Because when you miscarry, it's a baby. And you're forcing it to miscarry. That sounds like it, right? But the problem is that that's the mistranslation, and that's not what it's doing. And I'm going to prove to you when we get there to verse 28 that is not what it is.
out of the woman's hand and shall wave the grain offering before the Lord and bring it to the altar. 26 And the priest shall take and drink the water. 27 And when he has made her drink the water, and if she has defiled herself and has broken faith with her husband, the water that brings the curse shall enter into her and cause bitter pain, and her womb shall swell, and her thigh shall fall away, and the woman shall become a curse among her people. 28 But if the woman has not defiled herself and is clean, then she shall be free and shall conceive children.
She has not conceived yet.
Oh.
The punishment for her adultery is that she won't be able to conceive. How will you not be able to conceive if you've already conceived?
Second thing, and we're going to get to some more passages in a minute that actually prove that children. The second thing, just read that verse again for me slowly.
28? All right.
Yes, sir.
20 people. 28 But if the woman has not defiled herself and is clean, then she shall be free and shall conceive.
She shall be free and shall conceive children. Right? So,
right.
If she hasn't, she has done this, then God will make her. What's the opposite of being able to conceive children?
That would be infertility.
Barrenness, correct? Barrenness, right? Barrenness means to be unable to conceive children.
Yep.
So, if the blessing is that she will conceive children, how in the world is the curse abortion? That makes no sense. And that actually supports the pro-life view. And there are several verses, finally, so when we want to go deeper, that are going to show you that the pro-life view there's tons of evidence. All right. So,
children.
Numbers 5 does not read to 31.
29 This is the law in cases of jealousy, when a wife, though under her husband's authority, goes astray and defiles herself. 30 Or when the spirit of jealousy comes over a man and he is jealous of his wife, then he shall set the woman before the Lord, and the priest shall carry out for her all his law. 31 The man shall be free from iniquity, but the woman shall bear her iniquity. Heading level 4 footnotes.
Perfect.
There you go.
All right. So now, this refutes it. Okay? This refutes Numbers 5. So all you libs that want to go to Numbers 5 can't, because it refutes you.
Yeah, it does.
It completely refutes you.
Think that you can do that. You only use one translation because it's the one you like.